What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another tier list ranking. Today we'll be ranking all 11 billion-dollar animated movies and placing them on their proper tiers. Mario is the last movie to join the billion-dollar club. Let me know your ranking of all 11 of these movies down below in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Let's get into these tiers. Starting with our tiers, we have amazing, then we have great, then we have good, then we have okay, then we have meh, and we have bad. There are 11 movies on this list. They are in no particular order. First up, we have The Incredibles 2, the long-awaited sequel for Pixar. I think everyone kind of knew this one was probably going to do numbers because everyone wanted to see where that cliffhanger left off from all the early 2000s, where this movie was going to go, and I'm going to put it in that great tier. Not a Pixar movie I go back and necessarily rewatch all the time, but I still have quite a bit of fun with it. Came out back in 2018, and it's one of those movies when you saw that you just absolutely loved. And I remember when I saw this movie for the first time, I was like, this might be better than the original Incredibles. Many years later now, my thoughts have definitely gone down on it a little bit, but there's still so much fun to be had here, and it looks like they might even set up for an Incredibles 3, which might come out in like 10 more years, but the roles are reversed this time around. Elastigirl was always staying home with the kids, and Mr. Incredible was out getting to be a superhero. Well, now the reverse. Elastigirl's out there being a superhero. Mr. Incredible is staying home with the kids. I think it's a funny dynamic. I think it makes for lots of good jokes in there. The Jack and Raccoon fight scene is absolutely hilarious. It's got that Pixar magic. It's absolutely hilarious. It's sweet. It's heartfelt. And I absolutely love this superhero family, and I hope we get a third one. Then, another Pixar movie, Finding Dory. Finding Dory is one of those sequels that you knew they only made it for one real reason, and that is because it would probably make $1 billion. So we're going to put Finding Dory on the good tier because I still have quite a good fun with this movie. Hank is a great new character. Bailey, ooh, I love these characters so much. And Dory, voiced by Ellen DeGeneres, she's just a lovable character, and she's one of those side characters that could carry her own movie, and she did. We get to go find out a whole lot more about Dory, where she came from, who her parents are. When you get to find all that out, it's sweet, it's emotional, it pulls on the heartstrings just a little bit, and overall, it's a good fun time. This is one of the first movies my wife and I saw together ever, 7 years ago. Long time, but still, nonetheless, Finding Dory is pretty good. Then we have the Super Mario Brothers movie, the last movie to join the $1 billion club, the last animated movie to join the $1 billion club. I'm putting this in a great tier as well. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, first off, I am a diehard Super Mario Bros. Fan, and so I was head over heels excited for this one. My wife and I literally play the Switch game like at least a couple times a week where we play the Super Mario Bros. Game. So I was really hoping they paid homage to the games, and they so did. The way they explored this world, how they explored it, the voice casting, the villains, going to the Donkey Kong land, Bowser, and Peaches. I mean, just everything about this movie works. Peaches, 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 Peaches! But nonetheless, I have a lot of fun with this movie. It puts a big smile on my face. The animation style is absolutely gorgeous, and overall, as a big fan of Mario, I love this one a lot. Then we have Minions, which I'm gonna put in just bad. It's my least favorite Illumination movie. Then we have The Lion King. This is actually the live-action Lion King that is technically an animated movie. When you look on the list, it's labeled an animated movie. I believe it got nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. I'm going to put this in the good tier as well because I still enjoy this movie. The visuals are absolutely stunning, and I like the little bit of differences they make in here. If I'm comparing this to the original Lion King, it's pretty much the same exact movie, and I think that's why I have to include it in that good tier. Because remember when I first saw this in 2019, it was like my favorite movie of the year. I absolutely loved it. I saw it like 3 times in theaters, and the third time I was kind of like, I don't need to watch that for a long, long time. But nonetheless, still a good movie. Jon Favreau, what he did with the animation style and like how these lions literally look so photorealistic, it's impressive enough, so I'm putting it in the good tier. Okay? Then I have Toy Story 3. One of the few movies that I'm going to put in the amazing tier. This is top tier Pixar for me. Toy Story 3 is the culmination of everything. I remember vividly when this movie came out, actually on Redbox. I saw it on a rental from Redbox. You guys remember those little Redbox stands at gas stations? It was a Friday night during the winter time. My brother and I got a take and bake pizza from Pop Murphy's. We cooked that and we watched this movie, and I absolutely loved it. I was about 11 years old and I almost started crying. And I love that pizza. I can't stop thinking about it. But nonetheless, this movie hits you right in the feels. It's really right around the time that those kids Andy's age would be going off to college. I mean, you grew up with this movie. So long, partner. Oh, hits you right in the freaking feels. Then we have Toy Story 4, which I'm going to put in the great tier as well. I think it's better than Finding Dory and A Lion King, and it's right up there with Super Mario Bros. Incredibles 2 for me. Toy Story 4, again, one of those sequels that you're like, that definitely didn't need to be made because of how well Toy Story 3 ended, but there's more stories to tell, and it will probably do $1 billion, so why not make it? And they are making Toy Story 5. Nonetheless, I'm excited for that as well. I love the Toy Story universe so much. I love the Toy Story movie so much. These characters, they all mean so much to me. It is much more a Bo Peep and Woody story than anyone else. Ducky and Bunny are fantastic new additions, and overall, it's a great movie. Speaking of great movies, actually amazing movies, we have Frozen. And I also have Frozen 2, which I'm going to put both of them in the amazing tier. Mainly because my wife absolutely loves these movies. Frozen's one of her favorite movies of all time, so I constantly watch this movie in my house. We constantly listen to the soundtrack, and I constantly hear just how much my wife loves them. She loves the character of Olaf. She literally has an Olaf tattoo, so I think if I didn't put these in an amazing tier, then I'd be sleeping outside, and that would not be good. But on a more serious note, I absolutely love these movies. I think they're fantastic from just the way they tell these stories and get you so involved in these characters. The way the songs just move you and captivate you, from Let It Go to Show Yourself and Into the Unknown. All of them just hit you right in the feels. They get me chills every time I listen to them, and Frozen 2, for whatever reason, I always want to watch this movie around Thanksgiving time. It's like a Thanksgiving time movie for me. Maybe because it came out around Thanksgiving time, or maybe because it takes place during the winter. But nonetheless, show yourself. I know you're out there. Moving on to another Disney movie. They are really dominating this list. We have Zootopia. I'm going to put Zootopia in that amazing tier as well. I believe we're getting a sequel to this movie, and thank goodness we are. Officer Hops, who happens to be a bunny rabbit, is trying to be a police officer in a very mean and gruesome city. So it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters where you go from there. The voice casting here is absolutely great. From the scene with the sloths at the DMV, how like obviously DMV is very slow, so they put the sloths in there. That makes the parents laugh, but also makes the kids laugh quite a bit. This balances the humor for adults and children very well. It goes hand in hand, and overall makes for an amazing time at the movies. And finally, we have Despicable Me 3. Gonna go in the okay tier. I love the first two Despicable Me movies, but the third one is just one that kind of dropped off for me. Gru has a brother who's like better and smarter and just cooler in every single way, but I feel like it's just some of the movies that like just make a lot of money, but I feel like they overstay their welcome a little bit. So Despicable Me 3 is in the okay, Minions in bad, and I think I'm pretty happy with that tier list. Let me know your ranking of all $11 billion animated movies down below in the comments section. What comes in at number 1? What comes in at the bottom? Let me know all that down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.